And many of the pundits, many of the so-called political media experts were predicting that that was the end of the Herman Cain campaign. That's what they were predicting.
Go Hermanator!
But you see, here's what I have learned in the past several weeks and in the past couple of months. It didn't just start with that Florida straw poll. It didn't just start with that National Federation of Republican Women's straw poll or all of the other straw polls. Here's what I've learned, that finally, some of the pundits are finally getting it. The voice of the people is more powerful than the voice of the media. There's my auntie over there. I told y'all I got relatives here. The voice of the people are going to decide who's going to be the nominee, and the voice of the people are going to decide who's going to be the next president of the United States of America. Because the American people are sick and tired of business as usual in Washington, D.C. The American people have decided enough is enough. The American people have decided that they do not like the road that this administration has this nation on. The American people have decided that they are tired of political answers, political responses, and politicians. They want a problem solver in the White House from 2012. And so all of a sudden, Herman Cain starts moving up in the polls. Even though somebody said we should have put a fork in my campaign 2 months ago. But you see, I have always had confidence in the American people. I've always had confidence in the voters, the people that make a difference. You see, one of the reasons, I get asked this all the time by the media, why do you think there's a sudden surge of your campaign? You were single digits, and all of a sudden now you are up in the top tier, as they call it. The answer is real simple. It's real simple. Message is more powerful than money, and the American people like the message. And the other thing that I do that's a little different than the other contenders for the Republican nomination is that I don't know how to speak political speak. I have grown up telling it like it is all my life, and I'm going to continue to tell it like it is. Because you see, with what's been going on, we have become a nation of crises. And the American people are sick of this nation being a nation of crises. Ronald Reagan used to describe this nation as that shining city on a hill. But within the last 3 years, we've slid down to the side of the hill. And the American people are tired of being on the side of the hill. They are tired of a president that is apologizing for America's greatness. We are the greatest nation in the world, and I will never apologize for it. But the good news is we can change things. We've got an economic crisis. We've got an entitlement spending crisis. We've got an energy crisis. We've got an illegal immigration crisis. We've got a foggy foreign policy crisis. We've got a moral crisis. And the biggest crisis we have is a severe deficiency of leadership crisis in the White House. And my approach to each one of these is what every successful business person does. They first make sure that you're working on the right problem. Then you set the right priorities. Then you surround yourself with the right people that will allow you to put together the right plans to fix stuff and get things done. Then you execute those plans. Our biggest domestic problem is this struggling economy, which is on life support. This economy is on life support. And so when I came out with my plan to address this economy, let me tell you something else before I go through that about being in the top tier of the candidates. Can y'all see that big bullseye on my back? The economy is our biggest challenge. This is why we put together a bold solution during the debate last Tuesday. One of the other contenders said that his plan can't pass. You see, politicians put together stuff that they think can pass. Businessmen put together plans that solve the problem. The American people, I ask you, do you want a plan that can pass or one that solves the problem? That's what this is about. Let's solve the problem. This is why I have proposed my nine economic growth and jobs plan. It starts with, unlike all of the other guys and lady, throwing out the current tax code. Get rid of the current tax code first. Throw it out. And then it imposes a 9% business flat tax, a 9% personal income flat tax, and a 9% national sales tax. It gets it down to a 9% rate. It is simple. It is transparent. It is efficient. It is fair. Not fair according to Washington's definition of fair, but fair according to the definition in Webster's dictionary. That's the fair definition that we're going to use. And it is also revenue neutral. It has gotten a lot of attention lately, as you know, in the news, because they don't know how to respond to a real solution to a problem. I like the way George Will expressed it when I won the Florida straw poll, and all of the pushback I'm getting for some of the people that are staunchly liberal. When I presented 999 and the American people start saying we like it, their brains exploded. They don't know how to attack it. I get asked by reporters all the time, well, how did you come up with this? Well, see, they think that I just woke up one morning and funked it up and said, I'm going to call it 999. But you see, the fact of the matter is, remember that part about surround yourself with good people? Yeah. That's what I did. I've surrounded myself with some good people. And we said we need a bold solution. And that's how we came up with 999. One of the big criticisms of 999 is why they're trying to shoot it down. Now, let me point this out. This is very critical. All of the other Republican candidates, God bless them, I love them all of their proposals start with the current tax code. It's been a mess for decades. But you see, they are afraid to throw it out because they want to put together something that will pass. I want to solve the problem. So one of the big criticisms about this is, wait a minute. By imposing a national sales tax of 9%, they are not looking at the fact that it's 9%. You are giving Congress another way to tax us. No, I'm not. Let me ask you a question. Are you familiar with the 100,000 ways in the current tax code that they have and they use to tax us? It's called sneak taxes. They do it all the time. And we're going to worry about one item called sales tax on retail sales? Let me tell you why I'm not worried about Congress going crazy and turning 999 into 12, or 15.
They're already crazy.
The reason is real simple, and this is why they keep trying to shoot it down. We made it simple and transparent for a reason. Once you elect me president and we pass 999, and I plan to pass it within the first 90 days of my administration. First 90 days. America can't wait. Here's why I'm not worried about taxing